Hi, Luminaires. It's going to think about it for a second. God. Hi, Luminaires. How are you? I think I saw some of you earlier on Griff's Gifts, but it is later in the day. It is Tuesday, the second day of a work week. If you consider this a work week, it feels quite different, doesn't it? The light is really bright. I really tried turning it down, but it's just not doing it. So my apologies. I don't think I can scoot back at all. I am using a new platform on Facebook, and I don't know how to gauge it as it's all flipped backwards. But I said I would come back. I meant yesterday, but that hasn't happened. Yesterday, I had 6 different readings, and they were amazing. A lot of them, well, 2 of them had father reunions. One was talking about an unborn child, and one was how to gain love. And I was really blown out of the water by Spirit's translation and support. There were times where I was listening to the words and I thought, my God, the best, like, Emmy speech writer could not put this together. It was flawless, and I was so honored to be a part of it. And I got home late and just ate. And then I was like, you know what? I got a sweet tooth, and I made a chocolate cake from scratch, like all masked up with gloves and everything, and dispersed them out to the neighborhood. And it felt good to give. I think I struggle quite a bit with the Corona vacation of not being able to give. So I've done something, guys. And here's what I've done. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Patty. Hi, Lou. Yeah, this is how I'm faring. This is it. Hi, Tina. Tabitha. It's so good to see all of you guys here. Monica, Julia, Rika. Oh my gosh, good evening. Hi, Mary. I love how you write Jamie. It's Monique. Hi, Monique. Um, Thank you. I appreciate you too. So what I've done is I just got approved on YouTube to do memberships. So now I have a 3-tier membership, and the first one for $4.99 a month, US dollars. Well, I'll do a monthly meditation where it's downloadable, very clean, no like heavy birds in the background, no kitty cat knocking stuff over, just nice and clean. And I'm going to do a book club. So we get to read all the books that I really enjoyed, that have just inspired me, and we get to talk about them. So I'll release the book title and chapters, and we'll break it down and discuss the woo-woo out of it and really connect to the material and how it feels. He's trying to get in, if you can hear that. The cat is trying to get in. Hi, Natalia. Hi, Craig. Hiya. Hi, Lynn. Cheers. And the second tier on the YouTube membership is going to be $9.99, and I'm going to do a trance-channeled message for the month, like setting the intent, giving you the information from Spirit about what the energy patterns are and how you can use that for yourself and kind of where you stand, and a little bit of a class education. And then the highest tier is $29.99, and that's going to be what I call the Luma-centered. And that's going to have all of those perks, as well as a live stream trance channel where you can ask questions directly to Spirit, which is what we've been doing on Learn It Live for $30. So I figured on YouTube membership, you get it for $29.99, and you get the book club and the meditations and the trance channeled monthly message. So I get to do my work and give back. And it's in a way where it's energetically supporting me so that I can be available to do all the volunteer work that I do, which you guys don't really get to see. And it's not like you sit around and brag about all the hours that you put in and helping and teaching and doing one-on-ones and stuff. So, but that happens on the back end because I love it. Hi, Lily. So look for that. San Francisco. Hi, Sandra. You made it. Look for that on the YouTube channel. That's going to be coming up. But we talked on Sunday about doing some visualization of getting your energy to root through your feet. So what the does that even mean? Like, come on, we're not plants, right? Or are we? No, we're not. I'm not getting into that. We're not plants. But we do have energy that runs through our body, north to south, head to toe, and also east to west, side to side. And in every joint of your body, there's a secondary chakra. Chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel of light. So when you can see or sense or perceive energy, the human body is in absolute wonderland. It is like the most beautiful light show you've ever seen. I love watching kids, pregnant women. Oh my God, I love that so much. Oh, I've got a little story to share. My son, oh, you're craving chocolate cake right now, you'd love? Well, I made another one of these. This is how I'm going to get through my Corona vacation, is my bubbly grapefruit martini. Again, if you want the recipe, it's over on the Facebook Live called My Lungs and or Your Lungs and My Martini. But my story is when my son was little, he could see energy very clear. You thought that I had a gift. I don't know what you would think of him from Mars. And my husband and I had a somewhat challenging time talking to his teachers on how Luca sees the world. You know, he would say that people were ugly when they were lying because the colors of their energy would turn brown. And so he called it ugly. He didn't mean that your face was ugly. He meant that your light was ugly. And one day we got a call from the teacher. He's maybe in pre-K. And she's like, you need to come in. We have to have a parent-teacher meeting. I was like, oh my God, what did this boy do? He was like the cutest thing and the sweetest thing. But since he could see these things, he'd just call it out. You know, kids don't have that filter of, oh, I'm crossing somebody's boundary. So she pulled us out into the hallway. Class was still happening. She had this very serious look. She had this very serious look on her face. And I love you, Michelle, if you're ever watching this. She said, your son has told the classroom that I'm pregnant and that I have a baby in my belly. And I was like, oh, that's out of the ordinary. Kind of like, why would he be doing that? And I stepped back and I looked at her, and she's this gorgeous, like svelte person, and you would never, by looking at her, say she was pregnant. And I stepped back and I looked, and she had this burst of light in her belly, and I went, oh. And I said, so what do you want to do? She goes, well, I just want to let you know that I am pregnant and that I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling the principal or the other teachers, and I'm unmarried. I'm unwed, and this is not how I wanted this to come out. And my boyfriend and I don't even know what steps we're taking, and I don't need Luca telling everybody that I'm pregnant. So we had to sit Luca down and say, listen, if you see it, it's fine, you know, but you can't tell everybody what you're seeing. He's like, why? It's right there. Like, why? I'm like, well, it's their job to tell their truth, not your job to call them out. And do you know what? He's 15 today, and he is still like that. He won't say zip about anything else. He goes, it's not my place. That's their job. I'm like so proud of that guy. Oh, Yvetta, you want to know what Maitland looks like? Okay, she is probably, well, she's 9. How tall are you, Maitland? Like 4'5", 4.5 feet, maybe. She has golden blonde hair, and she keeps it kind of parted in the middle, and it comes down on both sides, and she's got these ringlets of curls. They're like chunky ringlets. She has blue eyes, no freckles, no marks on her face, and she's got these, I call them cherub cheeks, you know, like that, but always, not just perked up. She has these cherub cheeks and a smaller chin. She's more of a petite girl, but not wafy. Her favorite color is blue, and she normally shows up in blue dresses that are just beneath knee length. Sometimes her dresses will remind me of like an Alice in Wonderland kind of a thing, but not always. She's got a laugh. If you guys are clairaudient and you hear it, it's infectious. It is like she'll start with this like rolling little snicker and then turn into like a belly giggle. And sometimes when I'm taking a shower, here, let's get intimate for a second. When I'm taking a shower, I'll hear her. There was one day I was showering in the restroom right beneath beyond this wall. This I think was right after I bought the house, like 20 years ago. And I heard the door open, click, clink, and they're old doors. You got to really turn those crystal knobs hard to get the door to open. And it opened up, and I said hi to my, boyfriend at the time, which is my husband now. I was like, hey, what are you doing here? Close the door. That's really rude. Let's all the heat out. It's really cold. And I pull back the curtain, and there's nobody there. And I was like, great, I'm talking to nobody. And I close it back, and I hear her snicker. This kind of thing. And I pull the curtain back, and she's sitting on the toilet, and she's swinging her feet. And so then I turn the curtain, so I'm covering myself because I'm showering. I'm like, Maitland, what are you doing? She goes, it's okay. I've seen you in your birthday suit. And I was like, I don't care if it's okay for you. It's not okay for me. She goes, it's just what you look like. Like, I don't have to talk to you when you have clothes on. This is fine. And I was like, oh my God. So I closed the curtain. She talked the entire time I was in the shower. And I'm washing my hair, and she's going, and I was like, oh my God, this is so exhausting. And so I opened up the curtain to get my towel, and she goes, okay, I'm done, bye. I was like, oh my God, my quiet, beautiful shower, and the door's wide open, it's freezing, and she jabbered the whole way. That's my Maitland. She's saying hi to everybody. I often wish, Tina, that there were many other people who could see my world. And this goes for all of our spiritual abilities. And it's lonely. It's an absolutely lonely place to be because we're only going to witness it through our own eyes, through our own ears, through our own intuition. And it's going to be different than the next person. We can't just surrender who we are and follow somebody else's path. It's just not going to work. So it's a lonely existence, but we find others that are similar, and it makes our light brighter. So if we can just talk about our experiences, share our ghost stories, share our spirit stories, and we'll find our tribe that way. Because I know we don't need to all be alike to be okay with this. I think it would completely ruin us. Yes, let's see what's going on. I love your lives. Cool. What did you say? Adrian, cool. That explains who I keep seeing lately. Been seeing my guides clearly. Like I asked since the light meditation. Oh my God. I want to just reach through this camera and squeeze you, Adrian. I'm so happy for you. And it's great to hear when people have their successes. And if you're still longing for a certain kind of ability, to hear them, to see them, I'm going to remind you, always begin with what's easiest for you. Don't start off and just say, I just wish I was a full-blown trance medium, unless that's your easy spot. And you know what your easy spot is by asking yourself, which way do you learn the most information? Do you learn it by seeing it? Do you learn it by having somebody tell you about it? Do you learn the most by acting it out? That's the 3 easiest ways to ask to figure it out. Are you visual, audio, or kinetic? And if you're a real logical person, get down and study those 3 styles of learning, and it'll help you understand what your clairs really are. Hi, Pia. Or B. Maitland, you're awesome. She says, thank you. So cute. Ontario showing up. Hi, Glenda. Wow. You just described me as a little girl. I'll have to send you a photo, says Lou. Oh my God, I'd love to see it. I have one card, I keep it at the office, that somebody sent me. It was a happy birthday card. And when I opened it up, it looked like Maitland, and I was just freaked. I'd never seen it in print. Carolyn, I heard a man when I got up. He goes, hi, Carol, and it made me feel good. How wonderful is that? this is the time. So we're now approaching the end of March. And this is where all that high vibration and shaking is happening. April, you're going to be challenged from what Spirit explains a little bit more mentally. You're going to be, your routines are falling apart. All those things that we cherished and all those ways that we used to blow off steam, going to the gym and working out, going to see a movie, going to a restaurant, just being in community, hugging, kissing, touching our friends. Well, maybe we don't hug and kiss and touch our friends, but you know what I mean. Show up for them. We don't have that opportunity now. So we're going to get now into the mental game. So we're going to start shaking and rattling apart all those indoctrinated beliefs that aren't working for us anymore. So talk about an evolution. It's about to get real, guys. We had bad weather here today, wondering why that's the reason the video is going in and out. Anyone else having that happen? Oh my gosh, no. It seems pretty strong on my end. I've got all bars and I'm plugged into everything. Vicky's asking, do you astral travel or remote view? Yes. I used to astral project. I used to astral travel quite a bit in college. That's when I learned it. And my friends would hide notes in other rooms, and I would leave my body and go read the notes and come back and tell them what it said. I met my guides that way. And then the remote viewing took me a little bit longer to get a hold of because I was staying in my body. I guess something that's easier for me is to leave my body. What does that mean, right? Do I want to be here? I'm staying put though. We're going to have classes on that on the Learn It Live, the $10 classes. We're going to do an astral projection class. It'll be good. I've never seen, but I felt once. It was magical and I heard quite a few times. Yay! Keep it up, guys. So I was thinking when we were talking Sunday about doing a meditation on the roots and the energy of the body, going back to our initial conversation as I was thwarted by creativity and so forth. Every joint has a little chakra on it. We have 7 main chakras, and then we have energy that runs, intertwining them north and south in our meridians. We have conception vessel that runs down, governing vessel that runs up. We have holds and bandha locks where we tighten our muscles to create blockages, like blockages where we want them to maintain the energy. Light that shines out the tips of our fingers. It's like a light show. And we have light that shines out the tips of our toes and the bottom of our feet. So though we are not plants, we do have energy veins that look like roots. So how can we tap into that a little bit more just to feel okay with all the shifts and changes that are happening? Because the one thing that's staying pretty damn constant right now is the Earth's energy. Even though it's raised its vibration and it shook us like, 5 years back, pretty good, it's staying real stable for us right now. So let's go there to feel a little bit more calm and a little more assured that the choices that you're making are your best choices. And I'm going to remind you time and time again, you are the best version of yourself at any given moment. I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and you're complaining, that is the best version of yourself that you can put out. Are you embarrassed by it? When you looked back, did you love it? Probably not. And yes, you probably were embarrassed, but that is the best that you got. So once we start believing and acknowledging that we're our best moment no matter what, that feeling of needing to be perfect kind of falls away. The idea of having mistakes can kind of ease up and go away. So that when you're talking about your goals and where you're headed and in your relationships and in your career and your finances, which is a big conversation these days, you can have a little bit more to it. So this is what we're going to do. Let's see. This is so strange, this new program. I can't find everything that I'm used to looking at, so it's a little sad. Hi from Kamloops, Canada. Hi, Brenda. How is everything up there? I'm really hoping in June that I'll be in your backyard, but it might be different. Tom Thurber says the way to do all of this is to stare at goats. He's so funny. Rika's reflecting. She said, I lived many years ago in London and I stayed in a house with a ghost. Couldn't see it, but couldn't hear it, but felt it. Also, my flatmates felt it. The TV would shut off on its own and etc. And the lights would go on and off. That's so incredibly fun and crazy and scary all at the same time. I've had a many a ghosts. I've had one in this house. Not so much around anymore. Mary Anderson, you couldn't say this any better. I've started seeing dead people when I have those 3-second drift offs. Had a dream less than an hour ago about a friend of mine in her 70s dying. Maybe a heads up. Yeah, Jamie, it can be a lonely world. It can be. That's why things like this are so important. Community, talking, so very important when we're in our spiritual path. Jot down those premonitions and visions, and rule of 3 is what I use. So if I saw that vision 2 more times, I would reach out to my friend and I would say, listen, this crossed my path 3 times. This is what I'm recognizing. Here it is. Why can't I do stuff? Can it be taught? Woo, Mona, I love this question so much. Yes, it can be taught. That's what these little lessons are here. Yes, it can be taught. My brain, same as your brain. I'm not made different, on the insides at least. Not different, same mechanics. What's really holding people back or allowing people to thrive, from what I found through all my years of educating people how to do this, is where their belief systems are. So if you believe you can't do it, you are absolutely creating the I can't do it situation. So it's really interesting. If you out there, Luminaires, are wanting to be on this path and get in line with your clairs, your ability to communicate to spirit, be more in tune to subtle light energy, which is a big responsibility because you're going to see and feel and receive a lot of information that you're not asking for. Because when you are opening up all of this, it's not something that you just snap and say, I don't want this part, but I want this part, but I need this, but I need that. Because the skill opens everything up and then you manage what comes at you. So you need a strong constitution. You need a strong set of belief systems. And you must understand that you are only responsible for yourself. Just because you receive the information from others does not mean that you need to step in and tell them about it. It was really hard for me to learn. I'm a giver and I want to please people. So if I heard something, I was reporting right away, and it wasn't my place. So meditations are extremely useful in getting more attuned, but a lot of us suck at meditations. I will raise my hand for this one, guys. I'm not great. I have times, maybe weeks, I am nailing it. I can just tune out and I feel like I'm a machine humming, and there's nothing that can take me away from this internal world that I'm in. And it's just bliss, man. It's bliss. And there are times where my awake life, my human life, my relationship with finances really gets to me. And that's something that I'm working on. My relationship with being a boss kind of gets to me because I was told bosses are strict. They tell you what to do and they micromanage you, and that's just, that's not who I am. So I'm finding my own definition and all that. So sometimes it totally bleeds into my ability to meditate. And so I try to get into the meditation and it's like, this is really pissing me off. I just can't. So I go and I do something active. An active meditation works really well for me. If I can't do activity, like go for a run or a brisk walk, I get into a rocking chair and it looks like I'm about to take off to the moon. It's like back and forth and back and forth. I rock that thing really hard and it makes my body calm down. If I don't have a rocking chair, I'll use my chi machine, which you set your ankles in it. These are feet, by the way. They look like hands, but pretend they're feet. And they rock the feet back and forth and it vibrates the whole spine all the way up to the head. The nose and the toes start to wiggle and it shuts my system down and it allows my head to get into the meditation. If I don't have any of that, I do a visualization. So what's the difference? Do you guys know? What do you think about the difference? I'm going to read Stephanie's. I'm dealing with a lot of weird stomach sensations. Is that all from the stuff going on in the world? I have abilities and I'm very empathic and I'm feeling some strange stuff the last few days. Stephanie, let's get close right now. Wouldn't be surprised if you got some diarrhea going on. I'll share. Energy when I can't digest it properly and it's shifting and I don't know how to manage it, it goes to my tummy and I'll get upset tummy, I'll get diarrhea, I even get bloated, I get gas, and I know it's not the food that I'm eating because I haven't changed my diet. So that can happen where sensitivities interrupt your digestion. It can also help you detox and release some of the things that you've been carrying. That's not always the case, but yes, energy shifts in the world can give you the upset tummies, especially if you're empathic. So a way to help with that, these are hands now. Now imagine they're hands. You can take your hands and imagine that they have little gloves on. And so one hand, doesn't matter which one. Well, let's see, if we get into polarity, I would say right hand yellow, left hand orange. Right hand on solar plexus, right beneath the ribs. Left hand orange, sounds like we're playing Twister. Left hand orange on the belly button, right beneath the belly button. And I would hold those spots. By pretending that you have those colorful gloves on, that vibration of that color is going to go into that chakra and help feed it a little bit and calm it down. The touch here, the hold is what's important because you have those secondary chakras on your palms. Energy is running into the top of your head. It's coming to your heart naturally. You don't have to be trained in anything. It's just a natural flow and it comes out the hands. So by linking them back into the places in your body where it needs it, you can actually fill up your own gas tank. It's great. It's good stuff. And then I would do pranic breathing, holding the breath. Breathing in, holding for 4. Releasing for 4, remain empty for 4, and I would do the 4 count breath. Okay, what's the difference between visualization and, it's all this digestion talk. Visualization and meditation. Is it Kara or Kyra? Had the same struggle, had to figure out her leadership skills. She had the same struggle with the boss thing, and she chose the compassionate leadership. I love that. Yes, please sign me up for that. Barbara, I love your authenticity. Thank you, Barbara. Listen, it wasn't always that way. I was a quiet mouse when it came to these abilities because they were seen as so weird and strange. And I have to tell you, it's quite freeing to be able to just say who I am. And I know that there's going to be some people out there totally judging it and looking at it and just going, what the hell is happening with that lady? And that's okay. That's going to be their opinions, but I don't need to take it on. So let me see. Skill set. Nope, I don't see anything about it. So let's talk about meditation, visualization. Meditation is going to require your breath work, your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. So it's going to require your whole self to get engaged. Mind, body, emotion, and soul. Those are the 4 bodies that you have. Meditation requires all of those to get on board. Visualization, it don't. You just need your noggin and your imagination. That's it. So if you're having a hard time with meditation, switch over just to visualizing. I say just to, but it's a really powerful kick. So your heart might still be unsettled. Your breath work might not be on par, but you'll catch up the more you get into visualization. Sometimes when I'm super stressed and I can't sleep, it's exactly what I use to go to bed. You know what I dream of? I dream of renovating my home. I've got one more renovation I want to do, and I imagine the details of the tile and the color of the grout, and that might stress some people out, but for me, that kind of creativity and that making of just excites the hell out of me, and so that's what gets me in my groove, and I can fall asleep dreaming about that. So let's try this on. So this little visualization technique is not a meditation. Cheers to that. Everybody have a sip. But a visualization. Okay, so you can be doing whatever you're doing. You can do this as you're driving. It's not going to harm you. You think about 1,000 things when you're driving. You can do this as you're folding laundry. You can do this even in the back of your head as you're making dinner, doing dishes. And sometimes for you guys who really know how to multitask, you can do this as you're having conversation with someone. You can be visualizing something in the back of your head. Yeah, everybody's like, my tummy, my tummy, my tummy. Yeah, this and this. Boom. I will say for the women out there, if you have menstrual cramps, imagine both hands in a sherbet orange. Do you remember that kind of sherbet orange ice cream stuff? Sorbet. Put your thumbs together and your pointers together. Put your thumbs in your belly button and your fingers will fall near the pubic bone. And that will cover where the ovaries are and everything. And that sherbet orange just kind of melts away that muscle tension. It's so nice. Sherbet orange. Like, let's do an info commercial. Sherbet orange is also the great color to use for pulls and strains and muscles. Good to know. Anyways, let's do a visualization. So do whatever you're doing in the back of your head. I want you to imagine that, oh, I can't visualize well. I hear things, but I can't visualize them. Can you pretend, Jackie? How's your pretend button? Like if I say, can you pretend to be a kitten? Can you do like meow and like pretend you have whiskers and little paws? Meow. I know I'm acting very silly right now, but it lines up. Yeah, sherbet orange. You may have saved my life. I know. Sherbet orange mittens. So if you can pretend that you're a kitten, you can pretend to do this because I want you to, not a good pretender. Cool. So if you want to work on visualization and pretending, and it's not your strong suits, I'm going to ask you to get pen and paper. And whatever you're trying to visualize, whatever it is, bringing in abundance, money, a balanced relationship, better love life, better communication, better connection to your spirit guides, healing, whatever it is, I want you to either write it out or draw it out because this is going to help you stay in a monotask situation. And as you're doing this, I want you to, thank you, Sandra. I want you to write as many details as possible down. So right now, I want you to pretend that your feet are green and that your feet are really lush, rich plants and that there are roots coming off of them. So if you're someone who has pen and paper right now or pencil and paper, go ahead and draw some really just basic feet. They might look like these, hands. Draw little ovals and then just start drawing lightning bolts off the bottom of them. Start drawing the roots. Now there's two kinds of roots. There's an anchoring root, which is really fat and strong, and that normally goes straight down. So you're going to draw and imagine or pretend an anchoring root coming off the curve of the bottom of your feet and going straight down into the earth. Like it's digging up the floors it's standing on right now, and it's like digging up the dirt and getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth, to the core of the earth. The second kind of roots are called nutritious roots, and they're hair-like roots. And they're the ones that flare out. And they can get real, real tiny at the end, almost where they look like hair. These are the ones that spread. So I want you to see now from the bottom of your feet, these roots or pencil drawings of lightning bolts that just spread out. So when we look at a tree, we know its roots system is the size of its canopy system. So if it's spanning out like your arms, which could be 5-6 feet reach, I have a window right here, I can't reach out, your roots are going to go out that far. Your energy field on an average is about 9 feet circumference. So let's imagine those hair-like roots spreading out. So just pretend that you're completely rooted. You might feel them coming off the tip of your toes, the balls, the heels of your feet, And now here's the kick. I want you now to visualize and pretend that every time you lift up your foot from the ground, all those roots absorb right back into your foot. And then as soon as you put your foot down on the ground to walk, as soon as it makes contact, just as fast as lightning, that root system explodes. And then you lift your foot and it comes back up. You put your foot down again, the anchoring root shoots straight down and all the other ones just flare out like lightning. And then you lift your foot up and it comes back up into you. Tom Thurmer, I call them streamers. How perfect to visualize while I'm watering flowers. Yes. So when you're running or you're walking, you're shooting this lightning out of your feet and back up. So how is that good for you? So our energy that runs north to south is normally rooted to the Earth's core. It's an exchange of energy. The Earth chakra at the bottom of the foot is engaged every time you take a step. By us imagining that we're pushing out energy and that we're anchoring in like the plants do outside, we are having a stronger conversation with Earth's vibrational frequency. We're connecting, holding hands, we're merging. And the more often we merge with it and have that visualization, the more we're going to bring that vibration up into our energetic system. And that's what it is. It's almost like I got the word of it in my head. No, that's not it. Maitland's throwing out words, and it's not right, Maitland. It's not what I'm thinking though. She goes, but it is right. I go, but it's not what I was thinking. Where groups of people get together and they start to synchronize. And it's like a flock pattern where we want to behave in sequence, not sequence, but in order to the next person. Oh my goodness. So much fun when I don't remember my words. So we start to do that with the earth. The more we engage with it, the more in sync or in step we become, and we bring that energy up. And remember, the earth's energy is neutral. It's not positive nor negative. Those are the qualities of energy. That's not a judgment, quality. It's more of a neutral. So when you're bringing it up, it's going to help you be more calm, centered, less reactive, more confident about where you are and why you're there and what you're contributing and saying. And I find the more we connect to the earth's vibration, the quieter we get, because we don't need to ramble on. We don't need to add energy to a situation that's not needed. So there's my 2 cents for the day, and I really love you guys. Katya, my eyes have been opening and closing by themselves like spirits are playing with it. I ask archangels to protect me. Are they benevolent? Can I feel safe? This is a great question. I'm going to answer first, and then I'm going to walk you through doing it yourself. They are benevolent. You were asking for more engagement, and that was one way that they could get your attention, but it was also a way for them to work on your third eye to open it up. When you're in a situation where you don't know if you're safe or benevolent, or if you're working with benevolent energies, you simply just ask, am I safe? Yes or no? And then ask yourself, do I feel safe? Yes or no? Uneasy is totally different, guys. Safety, that's the question I'm asking. Do I feel safe? If I feel uneasy, that's different. Uneasy could be because I don't know the information. So when you can get your inner self to respond to these yes and no questions that you're asking, you can glean a lot of information about what's going on with you in the time. And it'll kind of calm your head down. And I will tell you guys, if you are not safe, I'm going to say like 98% of the time, you'll know it. Oh, you will know it. There's only a few like really trickery kind of a things, and it's rare. It does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it is not common. Thank you guys for letting me share, Francis. Um, I am going to take off. I know my dinner is ready, and you guys are beautiful for being here. Happy Tuesday. I look forward to maybe seeing you guys in the trance channeling session on Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Learn It Live. And then Friday is our first set of 30-minute, $10 classes. It's going to be really cool. I think our first topic is what is energy? We get into the law of attraction, manifestation, just real basics so that you can really look at your belief systems and figure out what's going on. And then I think we jump into belief systems in the second one. But it's up on my website, jamiebutlermedium.com. You can check it out there. And then I will be launching the memberships for the YouTube channel. I'm pretty pumped. Take care of yourselves. Be good, be well, be good. What is that? Take that away. I don't like that one. But do be well and be kind to yourself. And I really like that statement. Bye, guys. Take care.